Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Zork Grand Inquisitor on the Mysterious JG. Taking a great risk here and reporting an entire hour of this in one shot, because I did that in a different game. It totally ate the videos. But I'm going to try. I'm going to see what happens. Because I'd really like to think that I have the freedom of doing that, and that was just a weird, random thing that it ate those Lufia vids I tried to do that way. At any rate, I think we're done in this magic school, so it's probably time to teleport our way on out of here. Excuse me again, wow. Like I said, one big recording session, so I still have that garlic-strewn Mongolian beef in my system. No, I didn't even have beef, I had shrimp stir-fry. But at any rate, you're not interested in that, you're interested in the Dungeon Master's Lair. Or maybe you're not. I don't think we're ready to solve the puzzle of how to get into his lair. I think we can mess with one of the side puzzles, but I mean, casting that, well, you know, we can, just for funsies, we can try to make ourselves more attractive to the security system and see what that does. We can do the same thing with the bees. Not the bees! Doesn't appear to have done anything. And now that I think about it, it's just as well they weren't suddenly really attracted to me. I didn't give myself a good sync point. But no, wait, I'll have a chance to do that in just a second. So, doing that to the beast doesn't seem to do anything. What happens if you go on the door?
Sorry, house rule. No exception.
Nothing. Doesn't even bother to write in some kind of joke answer where he's like, wow, you seem really attractive, but I'm still not letting you in, babe. Now, I seem to recall him saying when we encountered this thing really needs to take a chill pill. Isn't that what he said? We've got like their pretend, yeah. One of those puzzles that never made sense to me, but
let those photosynthetic neuroses just ooze on out of you.
Definitely one of those puzzles where I think I solved it just by having that item and just trying to do different things to this thing, and eventually that worked. And then I remembered, oh, he said something about a chill pill, haha. Didn't make much sense to me, but
This just doesn't seem fair. Effective maybe, but terribly unfair. You know why they call it a snapdragon? Because it'll chomp on anything that gets within tongue's distance, which is just one reason why we should get rid of this thing ASAP.
Anyway, you are, as far as I know, in no danger from that thing, so let's get on with our adventure. Now, something we can do now, and because it took me a really long time to figure out the instructions on that little game in the last one where we had to do like originate, modify, transmogrify, etc. That was a big stumbling point when I played this game before. Now I know how to get through it, so we got through it quite quickly. But yeah, didn't figure out the thing with the candy machines and the lockers. So I got to that room without knowing how to do it. Which is why it took me a long time to get this scroll. Beebert. Well, I did that wrong. Don't use that as a sync point, JG. I did that wrong. But anyway, the Beebert spell. Use that against these umbrella plants. The umbrella's open.
Look, it's fall.
So, having not known how to get that spell, I went a really long time without being able to do this. And this whole thing with the purple umbrellas, major source of frustration for me. Hope it wasn't so bad for you guys, though. Triplicate quantity of intoxicating beverages. Well, I think we know where this is going to get used. Triplicate?
The Zimdor spell triplicates quantities of intoxicating libations. The Froboz's Magic Alcoholic Beverage Company had it regulated, so it can't be nutstowed into your spellbook.
Makes sense. So it's a one-time use spell. But I think we know what that one-time use is going to be. And actually, now that I think about it, quite a few things are going to be unlocked when we go into his house. His house, the lamp, the Dungeon Master's house, is a pretty important location. So I was kind of wondering, I was like, huh, what are we doing next? And I was like, oh yeah, a lot of stuff opens up when we do this.
Now you're talking. 36 gloops of mead light would be sot, the hardiest of the hardy.
He's kind of waving, and he passes out. This house is pretty cool.
Huh? This place has some nice appointments. I've always thought it could use a conversation pit, though. The walking castle. He sure has grown. I'm glad I started keeping him outside. My voicemail! A message! Yes! Somebody remembered me! Oh, 100 years ago.
Hello, this is Shona from Girth Publishing. We're finishing up the latest edition of Gluttonous Recipes of the Fat and Unemployed, and we seem to have some discrepancy over the specifications for your cocoa blend. First off, flathead fudge is illegal contraband, not to mention a tad hard to come by, and we can't find anyone with the guts to go near a quilpie's nest. A bar of glazed hungus lard is just disgusting, and none of us can figure out what hot bugs are. And then there's this last thing, moss of Marilyn. You don't really expect someone to go scraping for moss, do you? Look, we appreciate your submission, but if we can't reproduce your recipe, we can't expect anyone else to.
She has no idea what she's missing. Actually, neither do I. What's she talking about?
Hi, my name is Doug, and I'm calling with a fantastic offer from the Frobozz Electric Publishing Company. If you subscribe to both Obedience Monthly and Conformer Reports today, you can qualify for...
Isn't that the fellow who used to do those Encyclopedia of Frobozzica commercials?
Right. Hello. Yes. This is Snapple of the Guild of Bikers. That's Snapple, yes, 2 F's. I've relocated and I live in the throat, actually, of the great watch dragon of the coconut. One word, watch dragon. And there isn't normally a phone in my flat, except that my flatmate appears to have swallowed some sort of ship. Well, there's no accounting for, digestive processes. But it appears to have once been a ship. And that's what we get out here, mostly ships and the like. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, please.
These are all 100 years old. Any poor fellow living in a dragon has probably been digested by now.
Right. Sorry, it's me again. Snapple. We won't discuss all that, right? Anyways, I'm a baker by trade. Which should be fairly clear by my name. Snapple of the Guild of... Right.
I like the music in here, although I'm getting rather tired of this message.
I've had a devil of a time staying in business. I brought this up at the Guild. We took a vote and all that, but nobody could help me, really. When a simple broth spell would fold the dough 83 times, I could make a profit. But now broth hardly works. And when it does, well, it usually folds the dough too often, and the butter melts, or it doesn't come out the right size, or there's...
Hold on for an important message. Has a phone call ever changed your life? This one quite possibly can. Frobozz Data Institute would like to offer you, Galboz of Earth, a free trial subscription to the Inquisition Cranial Enema program.
100 years of phone solicitor messages. There really should be a law.
Is that it? I think that's it. Alright, well, we got some clues about some stuff, if you were paying attention. They mentioned this guy and this dragon. We'll come across that later. But basically, this fudge recipe, oddly enough, is the important thing. I want to try something. Let's make ourselves more attractive to that castle. Boobadoo! I thought it teleported. Uh-oh. Did we just kill ourselves here? Apparently we can now go into the castle.
Wow, I've never gone inside him before. This is pretty gross.
Alright, I happen to know what this place is for, and, yeah, we don't need it yet, but, okay, it's kind of neat that we can get in here. Something of something, I can't read it. Why isn't he describing it? What's your deal, man? Describe this inventory item. Okay. He refuses to discuss his personal possessions. But yeah, growing on a branch in his, like, cool treehouse, we found, you know, this.
It slices, it dices. Yes, folks, it's a combination mixer and houseplant all rolled into one. I call it the Chia processor.
Now, one of the recipe items that we need for this thing is this moss, so let's...
The days when it was all as easy as saying, tea, Earl Grey, hot.
So that's one of the things. Maybe I think we just use this here too. I don't think it's used anywhere else.
This recipe, if I remember correctly, works almost like a potion.
So we have to get... She mentioned some kind of contraband fudge, something about lard... I don't remember what all she said, but, oh, these enchanted critters enliven any garden with their colorful leaves and bulbous petal structure. Taming your snapdragon. Snapdragons are notoriously cranky. Faithful planter, do not be discouraged. Proper fertilizer or plants of ones can calm even the most ferocious snapdragons. That's a clue that we have to use the chill pill on the snapdragon. After separation from the mother plant, snapdragons are quite fond of jumping games. One of the most enjoyable for both plant owners, the bell ringing maneuver created in a fit of neurotic slumber by the circus performers Trial, Tam, and Pterogram. See diagram. Snapdragons place a couple of maturely grown spring plant, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we're supposed to put the plant on that spring and hit the hammer. Alright, if I can come up with any reason to do that, I'll jump to it, but for right now, let's keep looking around inside the house.
Look at the way my little flying bugs light up. And they're hot. Can you feel it? It's like an oven in there. I call them hot bugs.
Alright, she mentioned hot bugs. No one knows what they are. What about this?
Hungus lard. Sweet Yorick, is that stuff ripe? It mixes well, though. The right ingredients can drown out the stench.
Okay. Cocoa. Alright, so it's not written down anywhere. We do have to get it by listening to... Oh. Natural and supernatural creatures of Quendor. The common domesticated brogmoid is a short, squat, open, hairy, though the rare brogmoid is blah 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 blah. Extreme stupidity. Yipple. Alright, Griff. Alright, well, you can read that if you feel like pausing it. I'm already taking up way too much time with this, I don't think there's anything... Well, no, it seems like there was... Kingdom, something, class, gender, indeterminate, single, biped, species named Hugh. Hugh seems very shy, almost nervous. Really won't let his question drawbridge down for a moment, and his moat is looking a bit yellow. I'm beginning to doubt he can be domesticated at all. All spells, be they blah 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 blah. More interesting stuff you can read for fun if you feel like it. But I have just decided to go into the bedroom here.
My room. Oh, the nights I spent in this room. Warm, cozy, secure. Alone. Bored. Miserable. waiting for hour after sluggish hour to tick by. I guess I don't miss this place all that much. Oh, how'd that get there? It's a time tunnel.
Okay. Time tunnel. I think we need a spell before we can do anything with the time tunnel. But as you may have guessed by now, we're going to find 3 time tunnels, one for each of the 3 treasures we need to collect to rescue magic. And, oh, look, a scroll.
Looks like a torn piece of scroll.
Okay, so it's not a complete scroll. Here's his mirror. And, oh, well, that's interesting.
Ah, my secret mirror room, where I brought lusty nymphs for trysts. I mean, where I would have brought them if I had known any.
Hey, it's a backwards book. Oh, that's neat. Everything here seems to be backwards. I don't get to examine this. But, oh, what if the other piece of scroll is here? Okay. I got 2 pieces of scroll.
That would be the second half of the Snavig scroll.
But I can't combine them. Because this is kind of a fun one, actually, folks. You can't combine them because you got it out of the mirror world. So if you look, they're like not lined up right. It's kind of a weird. It doesn't make sense in the real world, but this is a magical puzzle game. So we've gotten the scroll out of the mirror world, which means that it's inverted and doesn't fit with the half that we've already got. Because we see they get rotated when you bring them through here. So let's think. I'll go ahead and tell you now. The purpose of all that craziness with the Snapdragon and the hammer and the spring outside that we were shown how to do is because they will jump up and grab a piece of this scroll. So, what do I need to do? Let me think. Leave the scroll here. Or does it go to the mirror room? I think it goes to the mirror. I think it grabs it out of the mirror room. So let me leave a chunk of scroll here. Go back in here. I'll sort out in a minute whether I'm doing this right, but either way, I'm going to put these scrolls back where I found them and assume that one of them has to be retrieved from the mirror room and gotten out of the mirror world without us stepping through the mirror. Yeah, because the mirror keeps inverting the scrolls so they don't match. We've got to... Oh, well, here's the book that we couldn't read before. Sweet Yorak, another Groundhog's Day has come and went today, but what hope of spring of eye? My magic is still gone. May the Dungeon Master will be remembered in history as he was master over nothing. I haven't practiced a moment of magic in over 80 years. My magic garden has been dead for 50 years. Were not for that ill-timed long-life spell, I should have died of boredom long ago. Damn spell, and damn that idiot Yannick and his damn Inquisition. How many hands of solitary single Finucci can a fellow be expected to play in a lifetime? Swallowed poison, tasted bitter, but did nothing, except give me a terrible case of trots. Damn spell. Punch an elvish sword into my heart. Might as well have been a plunger. Got a bit of heartburn. Cursed this life. Longer spell. No story anything happened today. I was working in the garden, hanging myself from a branch. Actually, this is not really that funny. So, like, I kind of like the character of the lamp who helps you, and it just seems kind of fun and amusing, and this is just making it depressing. which broke past that spell and left me flat in the mud, which is when I saw it. My eggplant cracked the yolk and began to sizzle. Sunny side up, my snapdragon snapping, baby's breath hot in my face, my magic garden... What did I do that for? Garden growing back to life again, and I can feel my powers creeping back. The enchanters were right. Magic may yet return. I must speak with Yannick. Damn, Yannick won't return my letters. Tried to conjure myself into a foozle, but could only make one shoe disappear, and even then can't be certain where it disappeared to. We'll have to go the old-fashioned way, by foot with staff and lamp. And one shoe at that. Hope Yannick is ready, receptive to my warning. He always was thick. Alright, well, first of all, we've got the solution to the bee puzzle now. Delicate olfactory senses. And he told us that this stuff stinks.
They're not gonna like that.
Now I ought to be able to cut this thing down.
Pull the lard out first, or you'll curdle all the honey.
Alright.
A rare and tasty quell bee honeycomb.
So I'm pretty sure we've now got all the ingredients we need for his fudge. Don't know why we need the fudge. Don't remember that at all.
Hot and rich and murky. Like a fresh compost pile.
Lard. And these bugs. And what else did we need? I don't remember. I don't think it's any of these things. Don't remember what the last piece is. Guess we can listen to the phone message again. Seems kind of irritating though.
This is Shona from Girth Publishing.
Alright, let's do it.
Now, we're finishing up the latest edition of Gluttonous Recipes of the Fat and Unemployed, and we seem to have some discrepancy over the specifications for your cocoa blend. First off, flathead fudge is illegal contraband, not to mention a tad hard to come by, and we can't find anyone with the guts to go near a quail bee's nest.
Okay, so we gotta find fudge. Apparently fudge is an ingredient, not just the final one. Because it's cocoa we're making, not fudge. So we've got to get fudge. Somehow, some way, we must obtain fudge. Grabs the scroll and brings it down. Yeah, that's how you play fetch with these guys.
Perfecto. Now that's why people say plants are a man's best friend, or whatever they say. I don't know any people.
Yeah, we can put this back in our inventory. Not that we need it anymore, but... Now I think if we go back into his little mirror world... Look at you there with little mirror world, you make Stone Cold sick! If we go back into this is bedroom, not the mirror world, just the bedroom. If I can control the scroll. And this piece of... There we go.
Looks like a torn piece of scroll. This spell's name is Snavik. In order for the scroll to be valid, the letters really ought to be facing in the right direction.
Ah, crap. Screw you, buddy. Alright, we'll take it into the frickin' mirror so that they both invert. Then I think it'll work. Not, I'm ending the video either way, so hopefully this will do something useful.
Hey, I detect wackiness. That scroll just flipped. Looks like a torn piece of scroll. You've got both pieces of the spell, but you can't nusto it when it's all ripped up like that. You gotta run it through a spell checker.
God damn it. Alright, well, let's put it on this thing. suppose use the... Well, wait a minute. Alright, well, I'll go out through the mirror, but I hope it doesn't screw it up again. Okay, didn't change it that time. Apparently it was only flipping around partial scrolls. So, let's find out what the Snavic spell is, and then end the video. I guess we're not quite done at the university after all, because we gotta go back there for this. Maybe it's a spell to make magical contraband fudge. That would be handy. We're running out of things that we can do at any location other than hell or the monastery.
Spell named Snavic is torn. Repairing spell.
Thank you.
Repair is complete.
Ah, Snavig. The trusty all-purpose shape-changer spell. Nice fix.
Shape to that target creature. Okay, I think I remember how to use that. But I do not for the life of me remember where we're supposed to get fudge. At any rate, we're going to end this video now. When we come back, folks, well, we're on a hunt for fudge. This has been Mysterious JG. I want to thank you very much for watching. I will see you folks next time. Bye-bye.